A plan unveiled by U.S. Democrats on Wednesday would levy new taxes on billionaires, which would help pay for President Joe Biden's proposed spending bill expanding social services and tackling climate change. The so-called billionaires tax, announced by Senate Finance Committee Chairman Ron Wyden, is paired with a proposed 15% corporate minimum tax targeting big, profitable companies that now seem to get away with paying little or no taxes. Proponents, including Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, say the measure would curb tax avoidance by corporations and the super rich, and could generate hundreds of billions of dollars to pay for Biden's Build Back Better legislation.
My Build Back Better plan gets us back on track,
which is expected to cost between $1.5 trillion and $2 trillion. The White House backs the corporate minimum tax, which would dovetail with a global corporate minimum tax recently agreed by 136 countries. The billionaires tax, which would take effect in 2022, would affect roughly 700 taxpayers with over $1 billion in assets or $100 million in annual income for 3 consecutive years. Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell on Tuesday said Americans were not interested in higher taxes.
Well, the larger issue is whether the country needs a big tax increase. The American people are not asking for any of this.
At least one billionaire, Tesla founder Elon Musk, is unhappy with the plan. As reports of the proposal swirled earlier this week, Musk tweeted, "Eventually, they run out of other people's money, and then they come for you." An analysis by the Washington Post calculated that Musk might owe as much as $50 billion based on his ownership of stock in Tesla and other firms.
Tonight, a World Series Game 1 wonder. The Atlanta Braves ace, Charlie Morton, facing his former team, the Houston Astros, toughing it out through 16 pitches after taking a 102-mile-an-hour hit off his right leg.
Or off the pitcher's leg for the out.
That one-hop screamer ricocheting all the way to first base. Morton getting 2 more outs to end the second inning, but his leg's starting to swell.
That is lined at Freeman and a 1-2-3 second.
At the bottom of the third inning, Morton throwing a curveball past Jose Altuve, striking him out, but stumbling and starting to fall. His leg giving out, that right fibula fractured.
After that last pitch for the strikeout of Altuve, Charlie Morton is going to exit.
After the game, Braves manager Brian Snitker saying Morton tried to return to the game, but ultimately couldn't.
I mean, just the fact that he wanted to keep going. I mean, they were x-raying him, and that's Charlie. I mean, he wants to be on this stage, and God bless him. I hate it for him. Really hate it for him.
Game over.
The Braves going on to win 6-2, but the team now down an anchor in their pitching rotation. Morton starting 4 games of the postseason, including Tuesday night's contest.
He's a gamer. You knew it had to be pretty bad for him to come out there. He gave it all he had.
Morton's teammates consoling him in the clubhouse. After the game, his selfless response was to say, "I'm sorry."
A massive storm is pounding the Northeast for a second straight morning. Torrential rain, high winds, and flooding are reported from New Jersey to Cape Cod. It's a repeat for many areas that were blasted by Hurricane Ida just a few weeks ago. This morning, the storm is very slowly moving out to sea. Mola Langi is watching its final impact in eastern New England.
Waves pounded the Massachusetts shore overnight. The nor'easters howling near 90-mile-an-hour winds, whipping the water over entire houses. Crews cleared the roads of fallen trees south of Boston overnight, but not before some trees knocked down power lines, putting tens of thousands of residents in the dark. The winds uprooted this massive tree on the Cape, slamming it down on top of a car. Luckily, the passenger inside was not hurt. Earlier yesterday, heavy rains put this Ridgewood High School's football field underwater again, after it had just gone through costly repairs due to Ida. In upstate New York, a flooded creek swallowed this park, trees and all. And in Manhattan, passengers boarded subway trains as water trickled in from above. Parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut all saw more rain yesterday than they typically get in an entire month.
Well, as the storm tapers off, we can still expect to see rain and wind throughout the day. And of course, sights like this, down trees all over the place throughout New England, causing hazardous road conditions and power outages. Just here in the state of Massachusetts, more than 300,000 homes and businesses are waking up this morning to no power, Eureka.